Hey there, friendlies. Welcome to the 16th of April episode of the Beer Blades and Bushcraft live stream. So, sort of, just let me adjust the brightness a little bit here. How's that? Is that better? That's pretty dark. Hold on. How's that? What do you think? It seems a little, Salut Simon. Salut Serge. Hey there, Tyler. Hey, Outdoor. I was just adjusting the lighting a bit because it was just too bright, too overdone, too over white. So hold on. I am in Doodly live streaming on the new computer now. I will at some point, probably this weekend, retire the old computer and reinstall it as like a family computer, a family laptop. Excuse me. I edited my video this past weekend on this new computer. Ran into one thing I should have thought about. I wasn't going to know if it was right until I tried it. And there's a change that has to happen on it. But I'm going to do a video on it because on the Instagram feed, I asked, hey, did you guys want me to do a video? And the answer was yes. So maybe this week or next weekend, I'll do a video on the computer just to show you guys what my new editing setup is. Who else is? Hey, Dr. Sharp is here. How's it going? Aside from that, I got some beers, but where's LT? Tyler, what are you having tonight? What are you guys drinking? Everyone tell me what you're drinking. I want to know. Inquiring Minds want to know. Is National Inquiry, does it even still exist? Inquiring Minds want to know. Aside from that, still haven't replaced this. Still driving me nuts, but that's okay. Still sitting with an axe next to me. I'm on my desk at all times. Not for safety, just because I like to touch them every now and again. Pick up the small forest axe. Know what I'm saying? That's not weird, right? I don't think that's weird. Let me just check. Everyone's still saying hi. Hey, there's LT. I was just asking where you were. I'm wondering what LT's having for the beers tonight. What's the beer tonight, Mr. LT? Mr. LT. Now, I'm remembering to turn down the brightness on my phone in case you guys send me a bunch of pictures again. Is this showing on screen? No, we're good. We're good. How's the sound? I think the sound's pretty good. I'm just excited to have a new computer. Spring is there. Nice. No, the axe did not get used to build this new computer. Hey, Greg is here. How's it going? LT's. Okay. Just saying, okay, everyone's still sort of coming online and saying hi to each other. That's good. That's cool. That's a spoon. Again, I have the Garberg next to me here. Just to sort of, I take it out and I sort of hold it and I do a few little like whittling tasks and stuff with it just to sort of get used to it for getting it into the forest at some point soonish. Doctor's having tea. I'm pretty sure that Simon Forger is having the finest of the St. Lawrence Flat again. So LT is waiting at the mailbox for the knife to arrive. The knife that I missed out on. Oh man, you're gonna love it, LT, and you deserve a nice. I'm glad you're getting this knife. I think you're gonna like it. It's gonna fit in well with your stuff. LT just sent me what I hope is a picture of his beer for the night. Oh, you're having the Creamore. Creamery Spring. You guys see that? Man, I do wish that the iPhone screen was not quite so glossy. But there we go. So here's the thing. I've got two beers. I got 2 beers. And I'm not sure which one to have. So I'll tell you about them both. They're both Quebec beers. This is from Le Caveau des Trois Pistoles. And it is called La Cervoise à l'aube des temps sauvages. I don't know what a Cervoise is. It says it's a Cervoise forte à l'érable. So it's a maple strong something. It's not that strong. Oh, crap. It's 9%. It's a Gruit. I had a Gruit a couple of weeks ago, or a Grui, I don't know. And it's got chaga and chai in it. But it's 9%, so I don't know if that's not a Wednesday night beer. And this is from Avant-Garde. This is also apparently a strong beer, but this is more manageable. This is 6.3%. This is their Wild 4. They have a couple of Wilds. Wild 4 is roar. Come on, focus. Wild 4. Focus. See my neck, man. Oh, almost did it. Cod, ham, cheese, and rice. There we go. Wild 4, raw. So what does this say? Bière sûre de couleur. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure there's an English on this one. More or less, American cougar-colored sour ale composed of a blend of Wild No. 4. Golden sour ale aged 10 months in various American wine barrels with domesticated wild yeast and lactic acid bacteriae. And Une Saison en Enfer, also aged in barrels with blah, 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 etc. Excellent now, but will withstand the test of time. I'm telling you guys, it literally says also aged in barrels with blah, 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 etc. Which is pretty funny. So it's got an IBU of 8, which is very manageable. Made in 2018, which you can't see because this camera is not focusing, but that's okay. It's 500 mils, 6.3%. I think I may do this one. What do you guys think? Outdoor's going to have some tea later. Yeah, LT, the picture's a little out of focus, but that's okay. This is not my bottle opener. That Caveau des Trois Pistoles is an excellent choice. Okay. Go with the maple beer, 9%. Do it. I don't know. What do you guys think? They're both 600 mils. Nope. This one's 500 mils, but this one's 9%, so I don't know. The maple chaga Gruit or the Wild No. 4? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What? Open with an axe. Bam! I was listening to the Trial by Fire podcast today. Maple Chaga, that's a couple of votes for Craig says the Wild No. 4. Oh, man, that's a bunch of guys for the do both and chug it down. Oh, no. Eeny, meeny. Should I do eeny, meeny? Well, no. Most of you guys are saying the Maple Chaga. All right, I'm going to try it. I mean, these are both going to end up drunk on screen with you guys anyway, so. Oh, I don't have a glass. I don't have a glass. Talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah. The wife is not feeling well tonight, so I guess that's apropos of nothing, really, for our purposes. What do you guys think of this color? Hold on. It's not actually that orange. Oh, it's sour. The maple happens just at the back. Just at the back of the tongue. A little bit up at the top, a little bit behind the tongue. There's something earthy in there. That must be the chaga. But it's also got that high octane, like Quebec strong beer sort of punch right at the back of the throat kind of thing, which I don't really like. I don't generally drink 9% beer. It's not too bad though. Yeah, the maple becomes more pronounced sort of as a parfum, like a perfuming happening in the mouth. It's not bad. A little high octane for me, but it's not bad. I think the maple is the strongest thing, but it's not overpowering. It's not like too much. So, whereas, oh no. Okay, now there's a problem. All right, what are you guys saying? Maple chaga, yes. Have you seen Rain Dance cut himself opening a beer with a Mora? Yeah, I did that twice. Yeah, can you imagine with an axe? Using a straw for beer? Come on, man. What? Oh, Serge, is Simone going over to pick up some stuff or drop some stuff off or something? Did you guys make a trade or something? Hey, hiking deep. How's it going, mister? No, I can't use it as Tinder. I cannot use it as Tinder. I wonder if, alcohol is flammable. Obviously, alcohol is toast. But I wonder if, like, I don't even know what I'm wondering. Like, I'm trying to sort of put it together. I'm wondering if, like, the fumes, like, you don't really want a spark next to an open gas can or an open gas tank. I wonder if it's the same for like alcohol. You had one of these at the brewery last summer, Simone? Yes. Up here, our blood type is definitely maple. Maple positive. I'm not shaking up any beer next to my brand new computer, okay? I think we had the wet Mac twice on live streams so far. Oh, you still have Simone's tasty maple syrup. Okay. For the first live stream of August 2018. Man, have I been doing them that long? I guess I have. Huh. Outdoor. Real maple syrup. Real maple syrup. Real maple syrup comes in cans, dude. Flat beer comes after a beer shake. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's a question for you guys. Craig probably knows this. I was thinking of whipping this, but would putting a leather axe sleeve be more efficacious in case of an overstrike than a whip. It seems to me that a leather sheath or what's it called? A leather guard, bash guard. What the heck is the damn word? Leather. It seems to me that that's a better go than whipping it, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I've never put anything on, and I've been pretty good about not overstriking with this axe. But as I become more bushcrafty, I would like to put something on my hacks. Collar, yes. No, I'm not putting a metal collar on. No. Do you think I'm not? But start again. Take two. I'm not Wrangler Star. By which I mean I don't have any. I don't have a workshop. Oh no, buffering. Who's buffering? How many guys are buffering right now? I'll type that out just to make sure. Are buffering right now? Excuse me. Okay, this bear, kind of is rubber wrapped in leather. I think it's Bushcraft Barton's uses a bicycle inner tube. Must be really hard to get that on, but that's what he uses. Metal collar on a Walters double bit. Man, you are just never going to let that Walter. I'm going to get me a Walters double bit at one point. Just so that next time you bring it up, I'll be like, oh yeah, you mean like this? That'll be good. I also want, I still want like a better Norland saddle axe than the one I have. Saddle cruiser than the one I have. Leather tends to slip because of the tapered shape up to the shoulder. Yeah, okay, that's legit. Hiking Deep says you heat the rubber, then tightly wrap it. Fair point. Okay, outdoors gone to restart. Yeah, I like this lighting much better. What I did was I took the light, because I turn my light towards the wall so that I get more of a wash. But because I usually have that like bright sort of overexposed thing, what I did is I would puck almost right up against the wall. Ranger band over wrapped cord. Yep. Yes, Simo, I know. You know what's one thing that's pissing me off though is that right there. So I'm gonna fix that. I'm not walking off screen though. See, still on screen, still on screen, still on screen, still on screen, still on screen. Rats. There we go. Still on screen, still on screen, still on screen, still on screen. That's better. I might still have an inner tube somewhere. Turning my back on the camera is not the same as walking off camera. Especially it's because I was doing it so that you guys wouldn't get that like ping. Hiking Deep, man, you can trust Mr. Axe Junkies. The name is Axe Junkies because Craig runs the Axe Junkies group on Facebook. Very knowledgeable guy, as everyone here knows. It's a good group, by the way. I don't know if Hiking Deep, I don't know if you're on Facebook, but if you are, that's a good group to be part of. A lot of nice guys. Couple of kooks. Some good information. Hiking Deep, I don't even remember if you have an axe. I know you've got like that big honking chopper, but you got an axe, right? I think we've had this conversation before. Oh, is that it? That's a new number? That number just keeps getting longer outdoor. Ranger band Speaking of axes, begin sharpening your 20-inch axe today. I have a few nicks on the bit due to the previous owner. I've realized it will take a while to get it out. I used to get real, like, if I had a nick in the bit, I would be all, oh no, and I would do the whole sort of and then sort of resharpen and everything. And most of the nicks I get are small enough now that they just come out over time as I sharpen the axe. If it's not something that's big enough to really, really affect the performance, I just sharpen it out over time. And I mean, my axe is a bit of all right. You know what I'm saying? I do love this axe. I think I mentioned this. You have 2 axes and a hatchet. Okay. Oh, you're getting a custom bearded axe. I still want to call up Toronto Blacksmith and have him make me a copy of the one he did for Sean from My Self-Reliance, that bearded axe. Oh man, I want that thing. I want that axe like I want Mila Kunis, dude. Hike and Deep avoids all social media except for the tube. Fair enough. Outdoor loves his Jacari Puko. It's good to know. I'm glad you're happy with it. I should pick one up at some point just to do a video on, Just taking a look. So I'll send Outdoor a pic of the axe. Excuse me. You guys are both on Signal or whatever it's called, right? So yeah. So I've been practicing my knots. I've been doing a lot of what have I been doing? Doing a lot of clove hitch. I've been doing that butterfly knot, because I see that being very, very useful. I've done some more Canadian jams. I see my tarp setup differently now. Like, I've got some much, much better ideas for my tarp setup. Hiking deep. Political views and religious propaganda drove me from the other social media platforms. Fair enough. Yep. Yeah. I'm still on Facebook because it helps push business to my channel. So I have a raindancebushcraft account. I still have my personal account because I use it for contact with people I don't have a lot of contact with, but who I still care about. But I am completely yawning. Sorry, but I'm completely. I use this term. I have outrage fatigue. It's like everyone is always outraged about something or canceling somebody or blah 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 blah. And I don't have the energy for it anymore. I'm already angry all the time. I don't need to add on to that. You used several larks head over the weekend. Oh, and you bought a new tarp. What did you get? Dr. Sharp, the Canadian Jam. I think these guys will correct me if I'm wrong, but it's also the one known as the Arbor Knot. So if you know the Arbor Knot, you know the Canadian Jam. It's just Canadian Jam seems to be the term that bushcrafters have settled on, and Arbor Knot seems to be what arborists have settled on, or fishermen or something. I don't remember. I try to get organized, and so I keep throwing away the damn papers I have on my desk. And unfortunately, no, here it is. I still got that list from, of course, you can't see anything, but excuse me. I still got that list from last week of all the knots I got to learn. So many knots. to learn. So little time. But yeah, I'm really rethinking my tarp setup. Let me see, hold on. BCO 10x10 and Coyote. 10x10, that's the same as a 3x3, right? My my AquaQuest is a 10x10, I think. It's 3 meters by 3 meters, so. Canadian Gem is what you heard before. Okay, so. Because what I've noticed that with some knots that have two names, someone will be like, man, I got to learn that. I say, do you know this? Yeah. You want a Leatherman free AP4 or K4 first? I think if I really lost my Leatherman, I'd look for another one, but I've got a Leatherman. I don't want to build up like like a huge pile of Leathermen, those tools, you know? The Fisherman. Wait. Just wrap everything with a vulgar amount of cordage. When my wrist gets tired, I tie a standard knot. Okay, I can deep. That's legit too. The Fisherman. It's like when you have a book of knots. You got a book of knots, eh? I'm gonna pick up a book of knots. Someone gave me the URL for a scan of what the hell was that classic knot book called? I didn't write it down. But because I restart this computer all the time for video editing and gaming, hey, is Zach here? Zach still around? Let me go back because Tyler's here, but I haven't seen Zach yet. I'm just going back to maybe I missed him or if I actually even said hi to him. And no, Tyler, you're still here though, right? The font's A. Wow, I haven't thought about that in years. Years, man. But I think that you and I are like the two old guys in the group here. You're not old. I'm not old. We're just all seasoned. It's the Ashley book. Ashley. The Ashley Book of Knots. That's the one. That's the one. Hiking deep. Are you older than I am? Sit on. No. The Fisherman. Fisherman. No. I said that fisherman use. I think I saw that fisherman use the arbor knot. I'm going to be 47 next month, by the way. In May. That's really affected the way I deal with a lot of stuff, Like if I'm fighting with someone, I go hot, fast, and then I just sort of let it go. Because I had this realization in the shower one morning. Hiking deep. You don't look that old, man. Axe Junkie's is about to say, like, don't try to teach your grandpa to suck eggs. But you don't look that old either. I don't think you're that old, Craig. Yeah, I know, Outdoor. I'm trying to catch up and say things in my head, and But yeah, I had this realization that I'm 46, so if I'm lucky or unlucky, depending on the day, only half my life is over. If I'm unlucky or lucky, considering the day, then there are much fewer days ahead than there were behind. So I don't have time to hold on to anything anymore. Like if someone pisses me off, I was like, okay, fuck, I'm angry. Gosh, I'm angry. Gosh, golly, by gum, I'm angry. But then it's like, I got better things to do with my time, So I let it go. And that feeds into, like, I don't have the energy for all the outrage on Facebook anymore either, I'm angry all the time, but what I'm angry about is the fact that I'm not living the life I want. I'm not hitting the forest all the time. I'm not making enough YouTube videos. I'm not, hitting the forest and making videos are like our therapy. They're how I avoid paying for therapy. And they're the two things that I like best. I mean, aside from all the girls upstairs. But what I mean is, when I'm in the woods shooting a video, I feel like I'm living the life I want. And so I spend a lot of time really highly peeved, shall we say, that I'm not doing that more often. So I don't have, I used to be the type of guy who would just let all my angers to pile up and people, and I'd really own my inner asshole, and I don't got it anymore. I just don't, there's not enough time left to me. Hold on. Should we get together to give Jesse a bascule? There ain't no way. I can run faster scared than you guys can angry. Well, Outdoor, you had your midlife crisis at 27. I had a quarter life crisis around then at one point, actually. Triggered by the fact that, like, I was really burnt out of my career and stuff. Whether I had left my career and at like 27, I was back to working in a pub and at Starbucks. Now, granted, working at Starbucks is where I met the missus. But Craig is 49 American. Sash, when you write demonetized, it looks like demonetized. Having a midlife crisis wasn't something, yes. So we have a change. She's getting older. Hey, now. What do you mean potty mouth? Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. LT is 54. You've been shot 4 times, stabbed twice, 12 concussions, bad knees. Your chart at the doctor's office looks like a voodoo doll. You feel great. How the do I even ask? Or do I just accept it and roll with it? I am fortunate to say I've never been shot. I'm unfortunate to say that when I was 16 and walking my dog, I did trip over a dead body in the laneway of a guy who had been shot in the face. And I ain't going to talk about that. We have a chance he's getting older. Hey, now. Dr. Sharp retracted a message. You got to buy the t-shirt if you're going to retract messages, guys. Outdoor, it's a joke. Oh. He's explaining the stuff that doesn't need to be explained again. That's what I was going to ask. He shot 4 times at once? Three different settings. Hiking deep, man. Your life must have been. I mean, one day I'll tell you guys about my life. Like when I've had a lot of beers and I feel real safe or something. But hiking deep, I've managed not to get shot. Outdoor, you sure do need to buy one of them t-shirts because I need you guys to be buying my stuff so that I can spend money on my channel. Because I got some stuff hanging on the wall here that's like my bucket list. Here's one thing that I am definitely going to add as soon as I can afford it. Boom. However, the rules have changed in Canada, and I have to get a pilot's license to fly one of those. Fortunately, it's a drone pilot's license, so it's not like $1 bazillion. I don't have to go to like ground school or anything. I have a brother who's been shot at a lot, but I cannot tell you what he does for a living. But yeah. Anything interesting to show you guys? I keep touching this axe. Yes, I wanted to tell you guys. So I was listening to the latest episode of the Trial by Fire podcast. That's the podcast run by Pareg and Joe. They run the Living to Learn YouTube Facebook group, I think. Sort of like a UK/Ireland bushcraft group, I think. Um, and they were at one of them, Pareg, was at a like a bushcraft gathering that called the retro camp out, I think. And one of the guys who was there with them was Magnus, who works out at Vetterlings. And they're still making axes under the Vetterlings brand, but it's like you can't just buy them here. I don't know if you have to be at their foundry to buy them or what. But I mean, because obviously they're doing axes for the Grandsfors, but I kind of want to send them a note and ask them what the situation is, because you guys know I put out a video about when Vetterlings got bought by Grandsfors and turned into a Grandsfors production house, right? But like their Instagram shows they're still putting out axes with their name, unless they're all like historical photos or something. But I'm real curious because I knew that the company wasn't disappearing. It was just the brand that we could no longer buy. But if they're still making axes in their style under their own name, hell, man, I'm going to go to Sweden so I can buy one. Get a Hudson's Bay. Wait. Where are we? Let me go back up. I've been shot too many times to count. I was not in the military. That's the feeling. There's an awful lot of shooting each other up north. Oh, no. My brother gets shot at overseas. I was thinking about your latest video. It's not going to be easy with the new baby. You have 2 kids now. Everything has doubled, but you mentioned about testing techniques. Yeah, I know. It's like, you should explore this idea. Yeah, I got to get my techniques up. And it's funny because I used to have good techniques, but now that I no longer go out, I get so excited to be out that I'm just doing stuff really fast because I want to do this and that and get it all in. Anyway, you've counted one time the number of people who were killed. Places where I went where people were killed, where I have witnessed such events. If I remember correctly, it was 27. That's a lot. For me, it's not that much. Crazy angry people are shooting people everywhere. I'm all for gun rights, but something has to be done. Well, I don't live in a country where we have gun rights. Up here, it's a straight up privilege. Let me see if I can put this down. And I know enough gun owners to be okay with that. More testing subject. Like what, Serge? Like what kind of uncommon or bizarre techniques do you think? What do you think I should test? I've got an idea for the tarp next time. That's going to change our setup. Not massively, but just enough to make the tarp better. Just make it better, better. I had a friend who worked at a school in Kenya for a while. And at the school, every time a kid, put up their hand and got an answer right, the entire class had to sing and clap. That's better, another better, excellent. And she thought it was really cute. It was an elementary school, obviously. But she said that, obviously, it got to the point where the kids were just like, okay, better. And they're Kenyan, so they were saying better. Let me see. Boom. You would have a chance for more outdoor time at the Can-Am gathering. Is that what we would call it? The Can-Am gathering? I can't work on it this year. The wife is on mat leave, and I'm going to be on parental leave from August until January. But I think that next year I'm going to start trying to plan something. Craig, I think I'd sort of mentioned that maybe I could talk to you about it. I don't know where I would plan it to be, because I don't know anyone. Like, I don't even know where the hell I would find land. But I think it would be cool to have like a little cross-border gathering in outdoors backyard in Pennsylvania. Like somewhere, I'm not sure. Somewhere like right near the border. Just on our side of the border, because it would be really, the paperwork would be very awkward for me to run something on the other side of the border. If bringing my band across the border to play at a wedding was anything to go by. The hardest knot you have tied a masthead. A masthead? I'm going to look that up. Because to me, I spent 20 years in publishing, so to me, the masthead is the part of the magazine where all the credits are. Masthead knot. Wow, that looks positively Celtic. How to tie a masthead knot using no, that's a mat. Hold on. Legit, man. This is. I'm going to share this with you guys. What do you use the masthead for? What do you guys think of this? Wait, come on, man. Oh, it's because at work I use Windows, and so I keep using the wrong control keys, the wrong keys, whatever. You had mentioned making a series of bushcraft skills or techniques that are questionable and see if it's possible. It sounded like Bushcraft Mythbusters. Yeah, Serge, I remember that. What the hell? What did we say about that? Actually, or piggyback on another public event. Yeah, maybe. Like have a right rib cage, but never found. Ooh. Right side of head behind the ear. 38 caliber. What? How did you? 9mm is my favorite pistol round, by the way. Yeah, I've never been in a knife fight. Yeah, sounds crap. I don't remember. How come that did not work? Did you guys see the link? I don't think it worked. Oh. Error. Try again. Edit and try again. Oh, fools. Try this. Boom. Ah, okay. There's a space right before the biz. Sorry, guys. YouTube has decided that I can't post URLs either anymore. The little trick I used to make temporary tie point was to use a ping pong ball from the inside of the tarp. Oh, and squeeze around the. Yeah. I've seen that done with rocks as well. Yeah. Today's knife fight is over a full tang or rat tail. I am on the full tang side. I have a bunch of moras, but I do like me a full tang knife. And I know that some people are like, rat tail's fine. I get that. I know. But the stuff you like doesn't necessarily have to make sense to everyone. Like it doesn't have to. Some of the stuff I like makes no sense. But when it's something you like, it's stuff that just moves you in some way. And so to me, I like full tang. I know that you can do a lot with a rat tail, but full tang is where my comfort zone is, I guess. Not my comfort zone, it's like my home base. It's my comfort food. Well, with something heavy like a rock is it comes loose in the wind. Really? I hadn't thought of that. I had really absolutely not thought of that. But like you can also use it. I remember do any of you guys watch well, they don't do videos anymore, but I used to watch everything Black Owl Outdoors ever put out. And in one of them Crick did like a wool cloak out of a wool blanket. And what he did was he took a rock and put it through the cloak and tied it around as well. In that kind of context, you don't really have to worry about the wind so much. But you always have to have a ping pong ball around, though, right? And like, how many would you do, Doctor? Like, if you're doing this, or just think back, like, have you got just one, or do you do them in the corners, like four of them, or what? Yes, Wu Tang did have rat tails. Serge, man, you are on fire sometimes. Do 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 do. Offline, Simon and I think Outdoor Dauber and I have been talking about that Tika, the civilian version of that rifle they made for the Canadian Rangers. In Canada, it is ungodly expensive, but man, there's something. I've always kind of wanted to try out a 308. It's a 308. Ugh. Soaking your machetes in animal poop, I guess, to make wounds go septic, just in case somebody survives. 6, 4 of the corners in the middle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I guess that's a tarp that didn't have grommets, I'm thinking. I still want to get a great big canvas um, drop sheet or something and make a tarp out of it. Remember I mentioned that to you guys like months ago, back in the winter? Still in my plan for next winter. Fire some grommets in at the corners, halfway. Wonder if I want to put a loop in the middle. I don't know. I don't know. We're a small group tonight, man. We're 7. I wonder where Hamza is. I like when that guy's on. Dr. Sharp, what was that you just retracted? I read that, and then it went, boop, message retracted. But yeah, excuse me. Yeah, hiking deep. I think he wrote. I think that might have been a typing error. An error of the typing this. This beer has a really nice sour thing happening. I don't know if I like it enough to buy it like very often, but it's better than I thought it would be. Oh, Dollarama has cheap tarp clips. Nice. Oh, you did all that professionally. You know what I'd like to do professionally? Because some of you guys know I went to school to make movies. I would love to have been on the Ramir's shoots, you know? Camera, director, most likely director, because I went to school specifically for screenwriting and directing. No, Dollarama does not still have Bankline, unfortunately. Every time I'm in there, I take a look because I wanted to get one for LT. I think I gave you one, right? But I wanted to get one to send to Paul in Vancouver. All right, so I'll see you in a few minutes. Cheap tires from Harbor Freight. Yeah, Harbor Freight. I wonder where Serge has gone. Quick, he's gone away. Everybody talk about Serge. Okay. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. It feels like we've been on for like an hour and a half. But it's not true. We haven't been. I was gonna cut up some of this and like do some knots or something, but I'm not pulling this out of the sheath after that much of a 9% beer. Well, outdoor, I've got an extra one. I can send it to you. You just send me some something. Send me a postcard. Send me some fat wood. A Bigfoot set, really? Interesting. Huh. I have not been to northern Quebec. I have not been to the north at all. And it's embarrassing because my brother used to live in Yellowknife, so I could have visited the north. And I should have visited the north because I'm dying to see the tundra. I'm dying to sit there and just... I think I'd like to see the north in like July rather than February, but part of me kind of wants to see it in February too. Provided I'm bundled up enough, you know. Outdoors, somebody got fatwood across the border. Last time we were talking, one of you guys, someone in Canada got a fatwood from someone in the States, and it was all in the way I think it was Paul Bakima. He received fatwood, and he said it's all about how you write the contents on the box. But he's not here, so we can't ask him. But you're right, the shipping does kind of negate the savings. It's pretty good bank line though. Like it's way better than I was expecting for $4, you know. There is a lighter power cord than 550. In your opinion, it would serve better than bank line. Is that no this? Yeah, I think that's this stuff, right? Come on, camera. Let's do that focus thing. Focus! For like a microsecond, it was focused. I think it's this, isn't it? I don't know what they actually call it, but it's essentially bank. Except it doesn't stretch the way paracord does. You lie about all international shipping. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get together to send Raindance's Bushcraft to Nunavut in July. Then let's watch together the carnage that mosquitoes will make of me. Maybe August would be better. I'm not sure what the seasons are up there. Well, I mean, I'd like to be there in either spring or fall. I mean, I know that you don't get the foliage, like the leaves and stuff, but I feel that September might be when I would prefer to be there. Like, you don't have to worry about absolute mugginess, but there's black flies even up there, I think, you know? Neon green, yeah, that's good. I use blaze orange for my for all my cables and cords as much as I can. Specifically because I'm bloody blind if it's not something bright. And I'm good with blaze orange. I like it. I'm used to looking for blaze orange now, you know? Neon green would work though. Just I'm partial to orange. I like orange as an accent color anyway, like in most things. Like bass string bags. Whatever. That made no sense. So I got a few little things to help me. Oh no. Here we go. It's at 10 o'clock. Yeah, man, it's weird. I hit this wall at 10 o'clock these days. Hey, Serge is back. How's it going? Yeah, I figure if I'm alone up in the tundra, I'm gonna carry me a boomstick. I'm thinking my 270 Winchester might not be big enough for polar. It probably is actually. It's all about placement, right? Of course, while I'm panicking because a polar bear is running at me, I don't know if I'll be thinking about shot placement. Yeah, I yawned again, eh? And again. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not good enough to make me like I'm buying that 12 times. It's you survived a bear attack with a 22 long rifle? I have a 22 long rifle, but I would not depend on it for a bear attack. No, I don't think he was barcoding you, Serge. He was barcoding me. Tea's a good drink. Caps lock. Yeah, what, his knee? Yikes. Now, did the bear get his knee, or did you accidentally peg him in the knee with the 22 at long rifle? I feel the need to clarify. Let's figure out the what are we up to now? Six on the yonage. 6 on the yonage. Let's see if I have anything on this here computer to show you guys. I don't think so. In the Axe Junkies Facebook group, I made an article a long ass time ago about rehandling an axe, rehafting an axe. And I'm wondering if I should update it for the Facebook group, but also for my blog. I really have to rehaft another axe. The thing is, everything is stopped until the workbench is done. And the workbench is almost done. All we have to do is put the top on. But because everyone's got family, it's so hard to get time. And it's just been sitting there almost done for weeks. One thing I did do was I filled in, there were certain like knot voids, and I filled them in with epoxy, let it dry forever, and then I sanded it all nice and smooth. And what I'm going to do once it's all built is, before I put the boiled linseed oil on, I'm going to wet the whole bench down. I don't mean I'm going to like soak it, but I'm just going to wet it, wipe it off, let it dry. Because what will happen then, I mean, as you guys who do spoons will know, as soon as you wet, you carve it, you wet it, and the grain rises, right? So you get sort of that fuzzy grain. Then you sand it and it's smooth. And then if you get it wet again, it doesn't fuzz up again, So that's what I'm going to do. Finish building it, wet it down, let it let the grain rise, sand it down again, and then lay the oil on it. It's not quite bedtime yet. We've got an hour to go. Hold on. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, the sales did get barcoded. Okay. Outdoor Dauber is just being a full. Schedule time for the bench. Go in the bush for everything. Yeah, I just gotta work it into. I'm waiting for him to get to our handle, Simo. My sleeping schedule is not messed up. Anti-drool? No, I'm good. Morning tea. My sleep schedule is completely destroyed. It's awful. It's completely messed up. And it doesn't help that I got a brand new computer sitting right here, because this computer makes games look spectacular. Where the hell is Zach? Speaking of games. Zach. But yeah, so I've had a couple of late nights lately. But the main reason I got this was to make my video editing go faster. And it definitely, up with one spectacularly stupid exception, it really does the job. I don't know where Dish is. She just doesn't come around anymore. I don't know. Zach will come back the very next day. Zach will come back. Thought he was a goner, but Zach will come back. But he couldn't stay away. Just going back to see what. My mom is probably sleeping. She probably asleep. It's after 10. I don't know. She works some nights of the week. So where did she move, doctor? See, now I feel like I should check in on her. Check in. You bitch. I actually almost wrote you bitch. What? I'm just gonna take a look. What's going on with our buddy Dish Outdoors? She's got more subscribers than I do. That's all right. That's okay. Feeding here a lizard, double bottle cap fishing line, shooting the barnet wildcat, C5 crossbow. I would like to take up crossbow hunting. I would really like to do that. Narcolepsy can be very, very restful. You're absolutely... You know, it's funny. I saw a YouTube video of a girl who was, I think, she a dancer or something, who has narcolepsy, and she put this video up to show that it's not nearly as funny as we think, and it was really creepy, like really weird. I don't remember what the video was called or anything, but like I had always sort of seen narcolepsy as this funny thing, you know, you're talking and boom, and you're out and you're whatever. But wow, it's really weird. It's really creepy. Sales, man. If you decide to Hackintosh, I'll help you do all the research. And my buddy Rob will help you build it because he helped me. Because he's been building PCs forever. It's a good way to go because I didn't have these options in an actual Apple Mac, you know? Hey, Wood Pigeon, how's it going, man? I think Hiking Deep is still hanging around with us, too. Microcord. Microcord. Oh, Wood Pigeon, I wanted to ask you a question about that knife you showed me, but I was in a parking lot and I had to get my ass home. Did you make that out of metal, or was that like a cardboard mock-up for the shape? Like, is that your final, like, is that cut from the metal and ready to sharpen and put a handle on, or is that just like your mock-up? I realize I just asked essentially the same question twice. Give me a break. I'm a little tired. And I've just been drinking 9% beer. 9%. Not doing this now. Not doing this now. Not after all that beer. You can do it. Oh, that is the metal. Okay, so that's like you're going with it. Nice. Okay. Hey, hi Simon. Are you a Simon or a Simon? Because the one Simon Fauché is a Simon. Simon's the original, all right. And you know, my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings. Serge is on fire tonight, evidently. So yeah, I'm not going to drink this one tonight because I don't want to get 3 sheets to the wind on a Wednesday night. A Tuesday night. What? Come on, Jess. I don't want to get 2 face on a Wednesday night. Is that an old one? I never even thought about that one, Simon Fauché. I guess I forgot to think about it. Oh, boom, tack. It's not even funny. That's the problem. Tea. Yeah, not to Simon. That's true. That's true. So my plan is that I'm going to use those outdoor, what do I call it? Crow's head? Eagle beak? What the hell's that thing called? That knot. Or the prusik. No, most likely a prusik hitch on my ridge line to keep the, like, I'll do 2 prusik hitches. Use those tiny little carabiners I bought that I showed in one video or a live stream. Slap those on, then just clip this side of the. I meant to do that, of the tarp to that. If I'm doing like an equal size, like just a roof tarp, it's not going to work for the way we've been doing it up until now. It might actually. It depends on how many mounting points I have on that tarp. Because if I've got like 5 per side instead of 3 per side, then I can still do it. I'm just going to look it up. Aqua Quest. Boom. AquaQuest waterproof outdoor gear stuff. They've got a cool new logo that I kind of wish they'd gotten before I bought my tarp. Okay, Tisnarps, lightweight tarps. That is me. Is it me? Is it me? Is it really me? I do believe. The guide series. Yeah, mine's a guide. So yeah. So 3x3 or 10x10. Hold on. Whoa, US dollars. Give me a break here. CAD. Boom. I'm not even buying one. I just feel the need. The guide series. That's what I got. Which is 40 denier nylon ripstop. How do you pronounce it? Is it denier? Is it denier? Diner? What? So the 10x10 has 17 tie-outs. Yeah, 5 per side. Well, 3 per side plus 1 per corner, right? So it looks like 5 per side, but shut up, Jess. I need to share this link with you guys, even though it's not going to get through. Am I speaking too quietly? Am I speaking too quietly? Spice. Stop. Lark's head. That's the one I'm looking for. The main profiling is done. Just need to handle and resharpen. Yeah, it's a good shape. I think it'll be. I think you're gonna like using it. Denier. Demonetized. Denier. But yeah, so I've got the tie-offs that I can do it, even like with the like if you do just a roof, it's like this, or if you do that thing where it comes all the way down to the ground behind you, it's more like this. It's actually more like, you guys know what I'm saying. I think it'll be great. I think it'll be awesome. And it'll be nice to have it like it good and taut, because I haven't been getting it really good and taut. Like when the wind comes, sort of the tarp gets a little bunchy. So it'll be good to do it upright. You know what I'm saying? Do it up right. Bugs right now, it's nothing. But I mean, it's this around where I am, you don't get a whole lot of black flies or horse flies. You get a whole bunch of mosquitoes. When you head about 5 hours north, or not really 5 hours north, a few hours north, and you hit the boreal, that's where you got black flies to contend with, and they will make you hate life. But if you go up there around like August, not a problem. Or now, not a problem. It's sort of the July, like right in the dog days of late August to September. You don't have to worry about them. I'm not sure about the rest of August, because I don't spend the whole summer up in the boreal, right? We go up during certain times of the year. I kind of feel if you can get up there like June or real early July, you're okay. depending on the year. I don't know. I'm like, what I'm doing is I'm going back to the past 3 summers and when we've been up, and we've never had to deal with black flies. No, the first year we really did. So we buggered it that year. The last 2 years, I don't remember when we went up because I just drank a half liter of 9% beer. But yeah, Craig, I'm definitely I'll set up the tarp on screen soonish. Can't do it in here because there's nothing to lash it to, but got me some concepts. And I say that realizing that probably half the world has done this, right? Like tomorrow I'll start YouTubing this and discovering that like half the guys that I like do exactly this or something. But for tonight, I will feel confident in my creative ability. Flies ain't fun, yeah. I think sometimes about how it's funny. Like when I'm snapping a fire together using flint and steel, I find that exciting. I find it like I love the time honoredness of it. I keep going on. I keep banging on about how it feels primal and time honored. Well, not time honored, but like ancient, and unbroken line between clacking two iron pyrites together and clacking a flint and steel, and blah. But it's funny because that was like the way one started a fire at one point. And people weren't excited about that because it was like historically accurate or anything. It's just the way they started a fire. The way these days most people start a fire by going click, you know? Like I think about stuff because I watch. I've mentioned this to you guys before. Like I watched this British series called Tales of the Green Valley. 5 historians on a medieval farm. They had to go through the day to day using nothing that was not available to people in like whatever it was 1435 or something. Or no, it was earlier than that. But like a straight up medieval farm. So to them, starting a fire was not even a ferro rod, right? Probably wasn't even a fire piston. It was flint and steel. And it's funny how like to me, getting up in the morning and building a fire in the and starting a fire with flint and steel and stuff. To me, it's like, yeah, strong like bull. But at one point, the housewife, which we don't have anymore, but at that point you really did. The housewife could do it. It wasn't a special skill. It was just a skill. And it was a skill at a time, by the way, at which people lived this brutal, hardscrabble, hard-ass life. You get up, you're out on the fields when the sun comes up, you work until the sun starts coming down, you go in for supper, have a little ale, because if you just drank water, you'd probably die of dysentery or something. Fell into a deep sleep, woke up the next morning and started the whole thing again. Obviously, there was lunch in there as well. I'm simplifying. But like a lot of the things we call bushcraft or woodcraft or all the other terms that people who are really trying not to say bushcraft come up with. At one point, there was no word for that category because it wasn't a category. It was day-to-day life. And I think of that and think, oh, wow, that would be amazing. But if you wake up every morning in that and you were born into that, you probably wouldn't have seen it that way. You just would have seen it the way we see, driving to work, sweeping the floor, unlocking the front door with a modern, using a cell phone, right? We don't think of this as being special. Did somebody send me something? Oh, Simone sent something. Simone, what happened to that car? I'll deal with that later. But like, at one point, you know, it was the way we do this. Tick 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 tap. It was a day-to-day thing. Like the day-to-day smells were different, right? The day-to-day smells. One of the smells you just grew up with and you probably didn't even notice anymore is the smell of good wood burning fire, wood smoke. Outside, manure, especially if you were like fixing a wattle and daub wall, right? I mean, that's grass and cow poo. You didn't smell diesel and gas and all the weird crap that cities. You didn't walk past a lush and get assailed by the smells of bath bombs. You smelled the ozone after a rainfall. You smelled sheep dung. You smelled cow dung. You smelled wood smoke. You smelled good, clean air. And you didn't even notice it. If I could smell what medieval air smelled like, not necessarily in the middle of like the Black Plague where the entire town's probably stunk of disease, but I mean, if I could smell what a full up medieval farm smelled like, I posit to you that we don't have none of us have ever smelled that, because there's all like if you're anywhere near a city, there's like that an iron kind of tang to the air. We smell pollution. We don't notice the smell anymore. But could you imagine being plucked out of our polluted 21st century and dropped into the 11th? How different does the air smell? How different does the water taste? I don't know. Maybe the water doesn't taste that different. Like if you're drinking water way up north here versus, in medieval, again, so long as you're not in London where people are, throwing their crap into the gutters. But I wonder about stuff like this. I think about stuff like this. I walk down in the old port here, and I wonder what some of the 400-year-old buildings looked like in lamplight without all the modern stuff around, in their real glory days. I'm transported by thoughts like this. Hey, Robin's here. Nice one. You didn't sleep through a stream. Nice. If you're not going to bed too early, maybe we'll talk after 11. Yeah, but Simo, I'm going to ramble more. I want to ramble more. I don't only want to spend an entire 2-hour live stream looking at this. I have things I want to tell you guys. And most of the time, I don't get to tell you guys the stuff I want to talk about. Dr. Sharp says there was a news article about sleeping habits recorded in diaries where people mentioned they went to bed after supper and then sometime. Yeah. I don't remember what they called it, but yeah, people used to sleep in two like phases. They would get up in the wee hours for a while and then go back to bed, which we don't do anymore. And I wonder why they used to do that. Like, I wonder if we're naturally inclined towards that. I wonder if what we think of as sleep apnea is just the way we're supposed to sleep. You wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning for an hour and then go back to bed. I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned that because I've read stuff like about that as well. Might be easier to say they woke to stoke the fire. Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting, because like some nights I'm not in bed until 2. If I'm editing, here's the thing, I set up in my head, I set up my channel for 2018, 2019 to shoot a video Saturday, edit it, have it go live on Sunday, speak to you guys Tuesday. What has been happening because of daily life just getting in the way is I shoot something on Sunday late because I haven't been able to get into the forest because there's blah, 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 stuff. life. And I edit it, and I go to bed at like 2 in the morning, and then I just try to get through work on Monday. You know, this past weekend when I used this thing to edit, that was way faster, except for that one stupid issue that I'll tell you guys about when I do a video on the computer. But I was in bed by like midnight that day. Yeah. But like if you go to bed right after supper, you wake up at 2, you go back to bed an hour later, and then you wake up for breakfast, that's fine. But I wonder how reasonable it would be to have that kind of schedule, because especially as a parent, after supper you're doing like, well, in our house, reading log and preparing for a test and stuff like that, you know? Imagine trying to get a 7-year-old to go to bed right after, like directly after supper. I don't know. But again, it's like this is the kind of stuff I think about, you know? I sit there and I muse on what medieval air smelled like. Just adjusting the microphone a little bit here. Hold on, I'm just trying to catch up. Good point about hospitals and the day shift, Sumo. Craig agrees on the stoking the fire. Yeah, and that's when the fire really goes out. You know, in the middle of the night, you always, when I'm in hunt camp, halfway through the night, someone's always awake and stoking the fire because it goes out. When do you plan to edit and release the vid we shot together last year? It's almost out of date. Yeah, now that I've got this machine, I'm gonna find the footage and I'll put it together because it's not gonna choke this machine. If it chokes this machine, then I know that that video is not meant to be made. I'll put it up sometime in the next few weeks. It's funny because I don't shoot that way anymore. That video is waiting to start and take 2. That video has been waiting to be made for a long ass time. Is it like almost a year now? I don't remember when we shot it. He said, clicking on Final Cut Pro. Ooh, Final Cut Pro takes up my entire screen. Let's see if I can get the YouTube window to come back. Boom, baby. I need to shoot another one after just for the updates. You're probably not wrong. Okay, let me find the EDC. EDC. Come on, Holmes. You got to work with my hair. But it's funny, like, in some ways, this computer is not as much faster than the other one as I was expecting it to be. But in other ways, it's like, wow, dude. What did we call the EDC series? Where is that stuff? I thought I had started. I did start editing it, but it's not in here. What? Maybe I trashed it. I will find the footage wherever it may hide. Oh well, yeah, I've still got the clips, EDC2. Yeah. Okay, so at least you still got the clips. We can do this thing called editing. This editing thing. Wood by Right is also live right now. But he's probably done by now. I think he only live streams for an hour. Which, if you guys are into woodshop stuff, he's worth your while. I Patreon him every month. I found it. Nick Adams. Yes, we're still up. All right. See you, Craig. Craig? What? Craig. I'll ring the bell for you. A green screen. Interesting. Happy Tuesday, Nick Adams. Happy Tuesday. What time is it? Oh, yeah. We're only on for another 29 minutes. Is Robin still here? I'll text you right after the live stream. I'm just taking a look through here to see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad Craig came on. I like my live streams with him on them. He's always got something interesting to say. And as I said, his axe knowledge is second to none in terms of technique and sharpening and stuff like that. I don't mean he's got like an encyclopedic knowledge of Grantsford's Brook or anything. I mean, when it comes to like old school using an axe, kind of axe knowledge, he knows his stuff. I would love to sit down and talk to that guy in person one day. That would be spectacular. Spectacular. Nick Adams, what's up with you tonight? What's going on? Where are you? Don't give me your address. I'm just wondering geographically and in a general sense, where are you? And as a bonus, Nick, what's your favorite bush tool? Are you an axe guy, or do you like a big chopper, or do you like a 4-inch knife? What's your favorite? What makes you Eric Late in the Cincinnati area? Okay. I have literally never been to Cincy. I used to have a girlfriend from somewhere in Ohio, though. Columbus something, Ohio. When I met her, she was living in the Bronx. Soon after that, she was living in Montreal. And now I do believe she's living in Austin, Texas. So yeah, Nick, nice. You work late? What do you do? I'm asking too many questions. But yeah, what's your favorite bush tool? Everyone here knows what my favorite bush tool is. When I bought this axe, I was still working at a fashion magazine with hot pink walls. I had it delivered to me at work. And it sat there in this box against the wall all day. And I just wanted to go home and rip that box open. I bought it from Lee Valley, who does not sponsor me, but I spent many dollars at Lee Valley. This is my second good axe. My first good axe was the Wetterlings, what they called the buddy hatchet, but they used to call the small hand axe. When I got this, I was really excited because I had seen many Ramir's videos, and he made this axe iconic. And when I finally got one, I was like, I wasn't just buying an axe, I was buying an icon. I was buying a bushcraft, like a seminal bushcraft tool. And I still feel that way. You know, if I'm heading to the woods, I reach and pull this one off the wall first. I have a couple of Wetterlings, like Scandinavian forest axes. And there are contexts where that size makes a lot more sense, but I always grab this one. I feel almost mystical about the axe. You can feel the history that goes into these designs, you know. The pole comes from the fact that one of the Swedish axe makers went and spent some time in the States just to get a new perspective. And American guys, well, North American guys, let's face it, were putting poles on the back of the axe heads. He went back and he incorporated that into, I mean, what is a very recognizable pan-Swedish look. All the Swedish makers are doing essentially this. What I like about these axes nowadays is that you can see the strikes from the power hammer, which when they used to grind everything smooth, you never got to see that. You never got to see the process. Like if you look at how beat to hell these axes get by the time they're finished and going for the grind, the story of the creation of this axe is written. Look at that. That was a bam when this thing was still red hot. So was that. So is that each of those is the result of a massive freaking impact. Even like the pole, you know? Bam, bam, bam. The story of this axe is written right there in the head. And when they used to grind them smooth, you never got that. You couldn't understand what happened to make that axe. It could have been just drop forged, it could have been cast, it could have been cookie cuttered out of a an assembly line. But now that they've gone back to you can see the actual hammer strikes. For me, it's impossible not to look at one of these, whether it's a Gransfors, a Vettelings, or a Holtz, and not appreciate the human who made it happen. But yeah. You got to go with an axe, good man. It was definitely a crucial settler's tool, absolutely. You work for Staples, you teach people how to fix computers. I just built this fairly recently. This camera doesn't focus worth crap. It was my first time building a computer. I'm very happy with the fact that it's currently working, because otherwise I would not be speaking to you guys. Yeah, that thing that you showed the video of, I would love to get one of those things, Simo. Hold on. You need to add this knife to your list. Tonight the beer, hold on a sec, I'm just going to check what Simo... Oh, that little Gransfors knife, yeah. Gransfors women knife. Come on, man, that's a neck knife. Don't call that. It's only available in the factory shop. Yet another reason to go to Gransfors Brooks. Tonight's beer was La Cervoise. It was a maple chaga chai beer. The chaga you could really taste because there was an earthiness, but it wasn't like overpowering. The maple was stronger, but again, wasn't too much. La Cervoise à l'aube des temps sauvages. I don't know what a Cervoise is. That's my problem. Oh, and there's a thing on the bag that says produit menacé par le développement pétrolier. So this product is threatened by petroleum development. So I don't know, maybe where they get their hops from or something, it's in danger. I don't know. It's by a small Quebec brewery in Trois Pistoles, Quebec. In Trois Pistoles, in Three Pistols, Quebec. The pistole in the town name, I think, if I remember correctly, is not a firearm. It's a coin that was popular in New France. So the ingredients are water, malt, maple, chaga, and levure yeast. It's pretty good. Your department is U.S. only, though. There's a similar department in Canada that does the same thing. Yeah. Oh, Robin, you're having the Le Courrier. Yeah, I keep meaning to pick that up, and I haven't done it yet. How is it? What is the taste? Is it nutty? What I did, Robin and Nick, was yeah, I know Brasseur du Monde. Yeah, I know them well. Was I held up two different beers, and I let the guys choose which one I opened tonight. And most of them went for the maple chaga. This is called Wild 4. This is Avant Garde, which is based in. It's by Oshlag. Okay, so they're in Montreal. This is, I will read again. It's a sour blend, and it says more or less American Cougar colored sour ale combined of a blend of Wild Number 4 golden sour ale aged 10 months in various American wine barrels with domesticated wild yeast and lactic acid bacteriae, and une saison en fer, which is another one of these beers. Also aged in barrels with blah blah blah, etc. Excellent now, but will withstand the test of time. And this is an IBU of 8, so it's not too hoppy. But the guys voted the other way, so I'll have this one like next week or something. Or something, Yeah, I would have had both, but this one, good old Quebec, I hadn't noticed it. This is a 9%. So I'm like, I'm having one beer tonight, okay. Nutty and sweet, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, don't drink and drive, for God's sakes. The pistole was a coin, yeah. Oh, they're Basque coins, okay. There's a bushcraft question. How do you catch wild yeast? It's funny because there's one brewery somewhere around here that the way they catch their wild yeast is by just leaving the vats open and the yeast just floats in on the air. And I guess that's how you catch a wild yeast. That seems really random, though, Oh, yeah, we just leave the vats open. The yeast will come. Yeast comes. Don't worry about it. Beer. Make beer. Like, yeah, but what? Because so many beer companies, they buy large supplies of yeast. Because as Simon says, the thing is, wild yeast is floating everywhere. But many beers depend on a very specific kind of yeast. So what I'm wondering is, does a beer that just like leaves the vats open, is yeast geographically concentrated? Like we're in this area, so all the yeast or most of the yeast that'll come in will be X. Whereas if you're 1,600 kilometers that way, the kind of yeast that floats in would be Y. I wonder these things. How come you're not watching the live stream? Damn you. Get The stank at the bar. Yeah, you're right. Yuck. Wild geese. Do the wild yeast go down to Florida for the winter? You probably, yeah, well, that's the thing. You probably couldn't do it in the winter, right? Because yeast probably ain't floating around in the air in February. Um, it's funny because like yeast can't be the only thing float. If your brewery isn't anywhere near like an urban location, like do you have to deal with particles of pollution floating in as well? Or does that just sort of whatevs, man? It's all just part of the process. It floats in whatever. We don't think about it. I wonder. Hmm, I wonder. Because that's the thing. If you're depending on your yeast to just sort of float in through the windows or whatever, you're not hermetically sealing your production, right? Because otherwise the yeast can't get in. So what else happens? I mean, we're not like Victorian London. There isn't like coal soot floating everywhere, but there are diesel fumes. There are petrol fumes. So I wonder how that works. A yeast terroir, or considering what I just said, a yeast terror. Letting the vast open will eventually bring yeast. Yeah, yeah, but that's the thing. Like the consistency. Some of these companies, they just well, this series is limited, right? He said, picking up the wrong bottle. Like these guys, le caveau des trois pistoles. Um, like their batches are all numbered and unique. Come on, focus, fool. Forget about it. But it says here, chaque édition est unique. So each edition is unique, right? It's got the bottling date and the brass, the brew number. So, I mean, if you're the type of brewery that depends on the yeast just floating in, do you have to number your batches? Batch H004 was very good. It had a batch 005 was very different. I mean, how does it work? Trader Joe's used to have a 6-pack of ordinary beer for $4. Interesting. We don't have Trader. Well, I think maybe there might be Trader Joe's in Ontario, but there sure as hell ain't Trader Joe's around here. If Wood Pigeon is still on, he might be able to say. Consistency wasn't key. Interesting. I like the idea of buying a pack of something and not really knowing what you're getting. Hmm. It's kind of a cool. That's cool. I like that. That's really cool, actually. What a great idea. It's like a beer surprise bag, Yeah. It's funny because Canadian snow geese are so thick when they're flying overhead, the dog hides into the porch, and they're loud too. Man, where my mother-in-law lives on the lake up in Oka, when there's like 60,000 Canadas on there, you can't get any sleep because they're so loud. Well, that's not the way they sound, but it's not like a duck honk. It's a higher pitched honk. It's like, oh, just please shut up. Yeah. Sounds better in theory than practice. Maybe. I forgot to bring the bell over. I'll be right back. I know outdoor is going to count this because I'm really walking off screen. Sorry, guys. I forgot the bell for 11 o'clock. Gotta have the bell. Gotta have the bell. Do Snuggies taste better? Because I would not stick my nose up to a good Canada on the table right about now. Actually, I'm not hungry right now, man. We had Haitian for supper. Hell yeah, man. Little griot, little cabri, little lambre, but I don't eat the lambre. I don't like seafood. Little rice, some plantains. Man, that was good. I'm still thinking about it. I know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow. I'll tell you what, I really lucked out by falling for a Haitian girl. The food is something else, man. Let me see. I wonder how good this handle could be. Oh, link handles? I don't know. I've looked at them too. It's just, man, the prices. Oh yeah, this is two new from 91.38. Nope. There's a lot of link handles all over the place. I wonder if they're any good. I have a hard time buying something without picking it up and holding it and looking at it unless I'm buying off of a guy like East Coast Lumberjacks, you know? There's some dude in Alberta who wants to rename the Canada goose the lesser ring-necked goose because he feels that the Canada goose is bad for our image. I think Andrew Scheer is bad for our image, but we can't rename him. So I don't see the point of worrying about the goose. Oh, cordage. Also cordage. And cordage. And cordage. What the hell? There's so much cordage. I bet you snow geese would fly into an airplane engine. You know, if an airplane flew into a flock of geese. Yeah, I don't like JT. I mean, I think he's not the worst guy in our politics right now, but he sure as hell ain't the best guy either. But that's getting political, which I don't want to do on this here channel. On this canal. I'm just trying to organize all these cordages by making little hanks. Little tiny hanks. Glider training is important. Yes, good point. All politicians are bad for every country. You are absolutely right, sir. Absolutely right. Little Hank? Little Hanky Panky? No Hanky Panky. It's a family show, Jess. I carry this, like these little bits of cordage with me to work in the off chance that I get some downtime at like lunchtime or something. I can practice my knots. This week I have not had a lot of time though. Stuff like that, you know, I can do if I'm like solo for lunch, you know? If I ain't got no one to hang out with, because I'm a lonely dude. When you're sitting with a group of coworkers, you know, if you're pounding out the knots, people kind of look at you like, well, what's Jess doing, man? I'm like, damn it, man, my name's Raindance. What am I saying? I thought that was a turkey for the B1, but I'm not sure. Nick, I'm a technical writer in a technical company. Before this, I spent 20 years freelancing in magazines and marketing. Well, publishing and marketing. I was at Reader's Digest Canada for 5 years. Turkey is responsible for a lot of things. He's not talking about that turkey, man. Oh, 4 minutes left. If you guys have anything interesting to say, get it in now. Get it in right on now. Right now. And go. 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 Good man, Serge. Nice to see you listening. Oh, Serge, when are we hitting the woods? When are we hitting the woods again? Which was the most Mélange Magique thing? What did I say? I don't remember what the hell I said. Boom, 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 boom. It's difficult just to say that when we aren't that much online. What are you talking about, man? We're online all the time. Especially you, me, and Outdoor, man. We're constantly yapping. Give me dates with an S. Okay. Interesting. I have a BioLite flashlight from down in front of me. That needs to be a video. I just need the motivation to complete it. I have the BioLite, what are called, the camp stove or whatever. You know, it's about this big. It's supposed to be all cyclonic action and smoke-free burning, and it's got a thing that goes on it. And I can't make friends with this damn thing. I'm gonna try again this summer. But it's been in a couple of my videos. My daughter and I have fought with it. My daughter is my part-time co-host. Some of these guys like her better than they like me. Oh, my name is Rain Dance. You're right. That is a Mélange Magique thing. There's a certain redhead that we used to know whose Wiccan name is Scarlet, of course. I should have thought of that. My name is Rain Dance. Blessings be unto you. Blessed be. So, did you tell them that I was buying one of those things of syrup? You know, guys, I recently bought through Serge a case of syrup from the people who run the land that we shoot on. They won't let us show their house or anything. That's fine, but I think that's an important thing to do when, like, if you guys are hitting the woods and someone's letting you on their property or something, support them in whatever way you possibly can, even if it's just like, you know, if you bagged a deer, bring them a little bit of meat or something. You know, you should always show real appreciation to the people who let you use their land, because I know that a lot of guys who do this can't afford to buy their land. I can't, right? I'm dependent on others for the land I do my bushcrafting on and my hunting. Make sure that the people who let you do this, you know, make sure that they feel that you appreciate what they're doing for them, what they're doing for you, you know? We got 1 minute left. Let me just check a look. Nick Adams had the first gen and have the second gen now on top of the flashlight and the fire pit. Oh man, you've got a lot of BioLite. Okay. I would watch that video. I'd like to see it. For the money, it just doesn't last. Okay, that's good to know. Dr. Sharp needs to start walking 5 miles a day. Try 20 on the weekend if you can find the time. Yeah, man. No names, but yes. Yes, you did tell him. Nice. 2300. Okay, I'm out of here. So I'm going to ring the bell in Craig's name. So thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. on yet another Tuesday. I hope to see you all next week. If there's anything you guys specifically want to talk about, let me know over the next few days, and I'll think about it. Good night, everybody. Have a good week. Listen to that. That's a good steal. By the way, Nick, thanks for getting in. Thanks for making it.